Yes, it is that time of year again. Thousands of students across the country are going to graduate. A bunch of college students headed home for summer break already. Now, parents and guardians and students, we all just need to figure out how to adjust to these new roles. And so to help all of you with that, Jessica Schlossberg from Cone Health is here today. She is a licensed social worker in Cone Health's outpatient behavioral health site in Greensboro. All right, so let's talk about working through some weird transitions that we're all going to go through. And let's start with the high school students getting ready to make a really big adjustment. The parents too.
It is a huge adjustment. This is the first time our kids are getting out on their own and becoming adults and being the grown-ups that we hoped that they always would be. And as we know, we don't like change. So all of these things are really tough to navigate.
So the range of emotions, I'm sure, can be, we all think of this as a celebratory time, but I'm sure the range of emotions just runs the gamut.
Oh yeah, you're going to see everything that there is. There's going to be excitement, and there's going to be a lot of worries, and a lot of excitement, and a lot of worries. You're going to have people who are feeling really anxious. You're going to have people who are feeling sad, probably all in the same minute and a half.
Yeah.
You will also have some irritability because change is uncomfortable. And we don't, like I said before, nobody likes change. We only change when we're really uncomfortable. And so when it's time to make these big changes, expect some discomfort, because home is so safe and lovely and wonderful, and we all really like to be there. But now it's time to go to college and move into the dorm or move into an apartment, have this big change away from our friends, our families. We're going to have a new group of people to spend time with and get to know. And we also have to figure out who we are.
All right, so what advice do you have for those who are graduating and are feeling anxious about this whole time?
Yeah, the first thing I always tell people is just take a breath, just breathe. It's going to be okay. It's all going to work out. Everyone that you're going to meet is going through the same thing. And if they haven't already experienced it, they're going through it with you. And I think being able to remind yourself that these are exciting changes. Our brains don't really know much difference between anxiety and excitement. It's all kind of the same emotion. It's just the reason. So if we can encourage our kids and ourselves, even as parents, to look at this as an exciting time. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, there's a lot of unknown things happening, but it is really exciting, and we can look at it with some joy and curiosity, and hopefully leave some of that upset, anxiety, worries, leave them alone.
All right, so from the parents' angle, because a lot of times the person who's graduating doesn't really want to talk to their parents about how they're feeling about it. So how should a parent approach that?
Well, I think it all depends on the relationship you have with your child. Depending on how open your relationship with your kid has been up till now, that's going to dictate a lot of how you address it. The number one thing I would say is don't push too hard, but just, we use a lot of reflections. Just kind of say, when I left for college the first time, I was really scared. I was really feeling worried, or I was really excited and couldn't wait to meet all these new friends, or whatever. But giving them the opportunity to kind of open up based on your own experience. How did you feel when you left home for the first time? And so maybe they would feel the same way. Maybe your kids feel the same way. Maybe they feel differently. But also just being open, letting them know that you're there to talk to them. And if they're not comfortable talking to you about how they feel, there's a lot of people in their lives that they could talk to about this. Trusted adults, your friends' parents, teachers, coaches, the doctor, the therapist, the minister, the rabbi, whoever it is that you feel close to. These are trusted adults that are going to give you some good advice.
All right, so since we're on the parent angle at the moment, what advice do you have for parents who may struggle with their kids moving on to this new phase of life? The home has been the home and everybody's been there, and then all of a sudden they're empty nesters.
Well, breathe. Again, this is the most important thing. If we're not breathing, we're not living. So we're going to have to survive this with one breath at a time sometimes. But a lot of it has to do with, again, dealing with your own anxiety, dealing with your own emotions. Making sure that you have other things to focus on also really helps. Staying connected to your kids when they're away, and also having your own life and, work or socialize or volunteer, get involved in a hobby, do things that are going to kind of distract your mind a little bit, just so that you don't feel so bad about it, but also allow yourself, it's almost like a grieving process. Allow yourself the time to feel what you're feeling, because all of your feelings are legitimate. All of your feelings matter. And, you know, as silly as they might seem, they're real. So let's not judge it. Give yourself the chance to feel your feelings, and, you know, then find something else to occupy your time.
Yes, and definitely some commiserating with some other parents will probably help as well. All right, so we are going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about what happens when the graduate moves away. How do you prepare kids and parents? And also, like, what happens when they come back, like for the break? How do you adjust back to that? We want to get ahead of it. We'll be talking about that next.